Alright guys, it is November in Alabama. It's actually Veterans Day while I'm filming this. I don't know when you guys will see it. Might be a week, might be 2-3 weeks, I don't know. But it's Veterans Day today. So, I've got too many veterans to thank. My dad was in the Air Force. He was in Vietnam. He served at the tail end of Vietnam in '72, I think. Yeah, he served in the Air Force for like 30-something years. My brother was in the Army. He was in the Signal Corps. He served in Afghanistan in 2011. Yeah, he actually missed my wedding because I think he was leaving for Afghanistan like the week of my wedding. So he didn't actually even get to be in my wedding because he was going to Afghanistan to serve. My granddad was in the Army. In World War II, he was in, I think, maybe North Africa, Normandy. He was in France, all that stuff from like 43 to 45. So he served in World War II. I've got an uncle that was a Marine in Vietnam. He flew in the Jolly Green Giants, the big Marine Corps helicopters. He flew in those. I've got another uncle that was in the Air Force. Tons of cousins and aunts and uncles that have served in between, and probably some have served in conflict time. I've got a buddy that was in Iraq the same time my brother was in Afghanistan. Actually, he was in Iraq. He was in military police. So yeah, he served at a kind of a far out, I guess a forward OP or whatever you want to call it. It was a small base way out away from everything in Iraq. So he spent most of his time there, riding in Humvees, doing patrols in Humvees. I've got some other buddies that I went to high school with that served in the Army. And you know, most everybody from 2001 on that's been in the military has probably had to go overseas at some point to Iraq, Afghanistan, probably some sandbox somewhere over in the desert. So anyway, thank you to all of them. It really means a lot to me, having so many friends and family that served in the military and served overseas and did their duty. But anyway, let's get back to the other topic of this video. It's November, like I said, in Alabama, and anybody in Alabama knows that November has 3 things, probably in this particular order. Auburn, Alabama game, the Iron Bowl, right here, War Eagle. We're probably going to get the crap kicked out of us this week, or in 2 weeks for the Iron Bowl, because Georgia just beat the brakes, not really beat the brakes off us, but you know, they beat us. I'm not really looking forward to seeing what Alabama's going to do. So I'm going to be cheered on the orange and blue. Go, 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 on to victory, strike up the band, give them hell, give them hell. Stand up and yell, hey, War Eagle, win for Auburn, power of Dixieland, all that stuff. So anyway, number 1, Iron Bowl. Number 2, hunting season. And number 3, Thanksgiving. That kind of, well, it's before the Iron Bowl, but you know, in Alabama, Iron Bowl, hunting season, Thanksgiving. 3 important things in November. So we've talked about the Iron Bowl, Thanksgiving is its own thing. So the next thing is hunting season. So what I want to talk about was the gun that I use for hunting season. It's kind of my favorite gun to deer hunt with. When we say hunting season in Alabama, we mean deer hunting. You know, nobody says, I can't wait for hunting season, and they're talking about squirrels. Nobody cares about squirrels around here, really. When we say hunting season, we're talking about white-tailed deer. Big old swamp donkey, 10-point buck, white-tailed deer. Or, you know, a bunch of does, whatever you want to shoot. But anyway, what I want to talk about was the gun that I used to go hunting with. This is an 18-inch Palmetto State barrel, 15-inch Troy rail. It's got a VG6 Epsilon muzzle brake, 3-9 scope. You know, can you really call yourself deer hunting in Alabama if you don't have a 3x9 scope on top? So 3x9 Weaver, I think, Weaver scope. This lower is my kind of go-to rifle, recce setup lower. It's got a ALG ACT trigger. The rest of the parts are BCM, H2 weight buffer, Magpul stock, all that stuff. I just built this upper specifically for hunting. Mainly because you can't have a flashlight on your gun when you hunt in Alabama. You can't have a light source. Sorry, making sure it was recorded. You can't have a light source on your gun, or a light capable of attaching to a gun when you hunt in Alabama. And if you've seen my this upper, it has a scout light mounted to the rail, and it's not exactly easy to take on and off. So I wanted an upper that was made just for hunting. I had the rail laying around, threw some extra parts on here, got me a little cheap upper receiver, put that barrel was like 80 bucks shipped, and it shoots 75 grain gold dots into like 1/2 or 3/4 MOA, which is very surprising. So I got a pretty accurate barrel. It's a little bit longer, it's 18 inch, so I get a tad bit more velocity. For the heavy bullets, 1 in 7 twist, I think it's a 223 wild chamber, which that and a 1 in 7 is not the most popular combo, but it seems to work for this. Like I said, it swaps out with my other upper, which has a QD right here. So I put this rail, it's kind of big just for a QD, but if anybody with a Troy Alpha rail knows, the QDs are kind of hard to come by, and this came with it, so it just kind of goes right where the other one went. Basically what I do is just swap the upper and swap the bolt carrier out. The bolt's actually not in this one right now because I just swapped it for the sake of the video. It's got a standard charging handle, just like a real cheap A2 style. You know, I'm not going to be running the gun like malfunctions and all. I'm going to load it one time and hopefully shoot one shot and get it done. So a little standard charging handle, there's plenty for that. The bolt, it's the BCM bolt out of my 16 inch gun. Very nice bolt. It's probably some of the best bolt carriers and stuff around. So I just swap it out and take this bad boy hunting. Has no flashlight, no backup sights, doesn't really need it. It's just kind of a stripped down, lightweight 18 inch upper. I can put a bipod right here if I want to lay down and shoot, you know, just some longer range crap. But anyway, I wanted to know kind of what some of you guys' favorite gun to hunt with, your favorite gun, your favorite ammo to shoot out of it, and what animal you use that gun to shoot or to hunt or kill or whatever. So what's your favorite gun, your ammo, and game animal, I guess, you hunt with? I've never really done like a YouTube challenge video or whatever, but it doesn't have to be a challenge or whatever. So I'm going to start this thing off, get it going. It probably won't go at maybe like 1 or 2 places, but oh well, it'll be fun while it lasts. So I'm going to ask Uncle Dan and Uncle Don what their favorite game animal is to hunt out there in Texas, what their favorite game animal is, and what gun and ammo combination they hunt with. And it's probably going to be something about hogs. Texas is like hog heaven. Literally, it is hog heaven. There's hogs everywhere. And in Alabama, I am jealous because this part of Alabama, we ain't really got no hogs. I mean, we had a hog problem not too long ago, a few years, but I think all the boys around here killed all of them and they didn't really come back. So we ain't got much hogs around here. Uncle Dan and Don out there are probably killing all the hogs in Texas. So if you see some, send them my way. I want to shoot some of them. But anyway, you can tag 2 people, 3 people, however many you want. I did 2 because Uncle Dan and Don are probably going to be together most of the time anyway. They're always together making videos. So I figured I'd kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So Don and Dan, tell me what your favorite game animal and gun and ammo combo is. And you know, send it to somebody else and we'll have some fun with it before hunting season gets started. Check 1 2, check 1 2.